Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the Post-Apocalyptic News Radio, your only source for the latest goings-on in a little corner of the post-apocalyptic wasteland we call home. Our top story tonight, the infamous Whisker strikes again. More on this at the top of the hour. In the meantime, tomorrow's weather. Our damaged equipment has been repaired. Our predictions should be taken as being accurate 80% of the time. Thank you for your patience. Today's thunderstorms should continue through tomorrow. High wind speeds of 10 kilometers an hour with temperatures between 23 degrees Celsius and 21. The storm system we have been following has picked up speed to a total of 3 kilometers per day and is traveling west-northwest. We do not expect it to make landfall, but we do ask you to be prepared. Moving on, it's time for something new. Friends, families, and loved ones have all been separated by the vast wasteland. Our mailing services are unreliable, facing the dangers of the wastes alone. They risk their very lives that we are not forgotten or estranged. By popular harassment, we're closing that distance. Stay tuned for Letters from Home. This message is directed to Charlie 9 from Agnes 9. The message reads as follows. Dearest Charlie, I hope you're well. By now I fear you've grown into quite the handsome young man. I've found home in Green Court. It's quite exciting here, like the cities in the world that was. Why, just yesterday I saw a man walking with a lorgnette. Stay safe, Charlie. Love, Grandma Agnes. I'm sure Mr. Charlie is very glad to hear from you, Miss Agnes. If you would like your letter to be read on air, please contact us by mail with 5 cubes or equivalent. I'm afraid now we must begin our advertisements. But don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back with more of the latest. Fresh, clean, and refreshing water available under the Value Bridge. Drip by water under the bridge for our 1-liter sale. Sean's Diving Company is hiring, and we need you. Dive into the deep and gather the long-forgotten treasures of the world that was. No experience necessary. Find us on the Puddle Drop, Dr. Tuminok. And we're back with more of the latest in our wasteland. Now, it's no secret that this world is a dangerous place. People have grown desperate and taken to helping themselves to your stuff when you're least prepared. Stay ready, stay informed with the latest reported bandit movements. The Merkva are a new band of bandits you need to watch for. Last seen between Tuminok and Soul Rock, this dangerous group have raided 9 homes, stealing everything they could carry, and leaving the occupants buried in the waste. If you're in this general area, I encourage you to leave with great haste. Moving on, the world outside has changed. The environment has grown cruel and harsh. Water and food have become prized commodities, and all the creatures we once knew have had to adapt. Some are kind, some strange, and many monstrous. Let's discuss our new wasteland fauna. Spore chicks are interesting creatures. They walk on 2 taloned legs with lean bodies covered in dark feathers with a beak and 2 black beady eyes. Standing no taller than 1/4 meter, this that I have described is a chicken. Yes, the humble chicken survives, but not unscathed, for from the base of every feather, string-like mushrooms grow in clusters. They feed off the living chicken, a parasite causing no small measure of pain. Interestingly, in spite of their name, the mushrooms do not give off any spores. We are unsure how the mushroom spreads as of now, but no cases have been reported to take hold in humans. Moving on. Let's talk survival. More accurately, let's talk survival cooking. More specifically, let's talk quality survival culinary. Most of us haven't had a decent meal since the world ended, living off the scraps of the world past or risking contaminated meat hunted from our new furry friends. Often bland or bitter, these meals leave us wanting. However, thanks to a kind soul traveling the wastes, I know a few things you can do to better your meals. The spore chick is an amazing bird, not for its meat, mind you, but the parasite. These mushrooms can be cut like hair, leaving the beast unharmed. The mushrooms, when cooked in oil, taste just as the chicken from the world that was. I must warn you, however, the mushroom must not be eaten raw. It can cause serious pain in your gut, leaving one bedridden for days. Moving on to our top story tonight, the infamous Whiskers strikes again, allegedly breaching the home of Wilson P. Miller. Mr. Miller is a collector of all things from the world that was, often taking great pains to restore items to pristine conditions, as if the incident never happened. While we cannot disclose the items in his collection by his personal request, we can say that the value of such a collection is unequaled. The Whisker is accused of having stolen Dread, a painting by Edith Davis 100 years ago. In its place, Mr. Wilson claimed to have found a single whisker. Mr. Wilson has offered a 50,000 cube reward for anyone with information that leads to the capture of the whisker. But with that, I'm afraid we're out of time. I should like to thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all the very best. And if you are truly out there, good luck.